I revealed yesterday that one of my favorite TV shows growing up was Arthur. If you're not familiar with Arthur, it was on PBS. It was the story of a aardvark and his adventures in third grade, which, looking back on it now, he was pretty advanced for a third grader. I mean, Mr. Ratburn was their teacher, and he had a selection of, I think they were animal-based friends, but it was really always kind of unclear as to what animal each character was. Like, you had Arthur the Aardvark, they made that clear. Buster was very clearly a rabbit. Mr. Ratburn, I think, was supposed to be a rat, but physically speaking, he was enormous compared to the other animals. And then you had things like Francine and Brain and Binky, who are who knows what kind of animal. But anyway, I liked Arthur. I mean, you can't not sing the theme song when it comes on, you know, every day when you're walking down the street, right? And it was a catchy show. I liked it. I liked reading the books. I liked watching the show on TV. It was one of my favorites. But one of my other favorites, also based around school, funny enough, I don't know why so many kids' shows were based around school. Like, Barney took place in a school. Arthur is at school most of the time. We have, like, I guess kids just spend a lot of time at school when they're kids, so that's, you know, good source material to go from. But it skews your perception of school. And this show that I'm about to talk about right now, that I'm going to talk about in just a moment, soon, upcomingly, skewed my perception of school drastically. And that is the show Recess. If you're not familiar with Recess, it took place at a school. It was a class of 5th graders. 4th graders or 5th graders. It was really kind of unclear a lot of the time which grade they were actually in. But, I think they were in 4th grade, and then I don't know, one of those. But most of the show centered around recess and the cliques that develop on the school playground during recess time. You had first of all, the entire school was outside at recess at the same time, which is crazy to me. I mean, the playground these guys had was spectacular. Jungle Gym was awesome. It had this giant pile of tires that the Ashleys formed their clubhouse in. They had King Bob had his throne at the top of the playground. The kindergartners had their little zoo area that they were kept in. But this drastically skewed my perception of what school was supposed to be, because when you go and watch that show, one, I don't know of a school where all the kids go to recess at the same time. If you know of one, please let me know. I'd be curious to know how that works out. But most of the time it's by grade level. 2, there was a hierarchy, and every kid in the school knew where they fell on that line. And that is also not true of school, because most of the time you're in school, you have no clue where you fall in the hierarchy of things. I mean, you have the popular kids, the unpopular kids, and then everybody in between. But nowadays, there's not even really a group of unpopular kids as far as that goes. I mean, the way the school caste system is organized now is just crazy to me. Because it's nothing like it was when I was in school. Maybe that's for the better, maybe it's not. I don't know. But Recess, the show, totally threw off everything I knew and believed about what the school hierarchy system was. Because obviously, you know, it's a fake show. But you would think that the people that are writing it are basing it in some sort of reality that they themselves experienced. So where does that come from? And then obviously you have the stereotypes of the characters that go way beyond, you know, any realistic perspective. It's just caricaturized to a whole new level. But I liked Recess. I still like Recess, the show. I like Recess, the thing too. But I'd be curious to know, what were some of your favorite childhood TV shows, and what was it that you liked about them? Was it the animation? Was it the characters? Did you have a favorite character? Was it the storyline? What was it? And what did you like about it? Talk to you tomorrow.